Hey everyone, Warwick's here. So I'm back with content. I've been back technically if you're on the WoW side, but if you're only here for my reaction videos, this is the first video in 2 weeks, a little over 2 weeks that I've put out. And before I get into the heart of this video, I just want to take a moment and say thank you to everyone that reached out to me across multiple platforms about the last video that I did before I did all the hero talent reviews. So back on March 5th, the video is called Today is the Day. I'll put it up there if you feel like you want to watch it. I will apply trigger warnings because it is a very heavy and personal subject. So, um, just FYI. But many of you reached out across multiple different channels. A couple of you reached out here through YouTube in my comments. I've had people reach out to me on Twitter, through Discord, in game. I even had someone reach out via Snapchat. So, a lot of different platforms that I've been reached out to, and I just want to thank every single one of you for checking in on me, making sure I was okay, and I am. I'm good. Um, so I just want to shout out to all of you and say thank you, and I appreciate your patience while I took a little bit of a content break. I didn't stop playing games. I was still playing World of Warcraft, but I just didn't really feel the. I didn't really feel like making videos, and I realized about halfway through recording that Today is Today video that I just needed a little bit of a break from content. I didn't do it across anything. I did a few posts on Twitter. Just basically just supporting other people. But I didn't do anything to try and draw attention to myself because I just needed 2 weeks. I cut down my social media usage. I focused on my job. I focused on me. I focused on my son and was able to find a good path for me. So I appreciate that. I'm optimistic. I am extremely excited to. Oh, good old friends warning. Hang on. Sorry about that. Waiting on WoW to update. But anyways, um, was able to kind of invest in myself and in my son and a few people I was able to build a deeper connection with that I play games with and stuff like that. So just want to say thank you to everyone for that. Now let's get into the reason that we're all here today. So this came out while I was in my content break. This is 10 days old as of my recording of this. It'll be about 2 weeks old by the time this video releases. And this is, of course, Geoff Castellucci. For those of you that are unaware, Geoff Castellucci is my favorite singer on the planet right now, and I don't think it's close. And because of that, I'm really looking forward to seeing what this is doing. Now, if you've watched my voice play cover of Cold Below, which I will also put up there, then you know that I love when video game music crosses into things like a cappella or cover songs because there's a lot of really cool creativity that you can do with it. I mean, I would probably say my three favorite voice play covers are Cold Below, Halo, and Dragonborn Comes. I love all three of those, along with things like Valhalla Calling and Nothing Else Matters is probably a top five for me. And then so anytime video game music kind of crosses into my other passion, which is a cappella and bass singer cover music, you know I'm going to be excited to watch this, and I am. Now, the song is called Unshaken, which I know is by an artist originally named D'Angelo, and it is from the video game Red Dead Redemption 2. Now, I played the original Red Dead, which I thought was an amazing game. I did not play Red Dead Redemption 2 because it was just a little too slow paced for me and what I was looking for at that time, and I bounced off of it. That said, I know that Red Dead Redemption 2 is critically acclaimed. A lot of people can put it in the list for the greatest games ever. You're talking an extremely high bar that there's not a lot of games that I think you could conceivably argue meet that requirement in terms of like a single player campaign role playing game that is in its own bubble. You're not talking like live service games like World of Warcraft, which go on and on and on and on. And we were talking individual experiences that were good from a storytelling standpoint, a gameplay standpoint, bug free standpoint, good release standpoint, because that's important now these days. But it's just one of the highest critically acclaimed games of all time. It's right up there with games like The Witcher 3, Baldur's Gate 3, Super Mario Odyssey. These are games that have like super levels of critical acclaim where there's almost no one that doesn't like the game. For me, I bounced off Red Dead Redemption 2, but recognize the fact, and I've seen the story that it tells. It is amazing as a storytelling game in particular. So I'm very excited because even though I don't know the song and I didn't play the game, I know where this song comes into play. And Geoff describes it in the description below here. It's at a very critical moment for the main character. So very, very cool stuff that I'm about to get into here, and I'm very curious as to what Geoff is going to do with it. Now, I have not heard the original Unshaken. I know the sources of it, but I haven't heard it. So I might do a comparison later on. Go after I make this video, I might go listen to it. So I don't know anything going into this. So Geoff is going to be my first impression of this song, and of course he's a super creative dude and was going to put his spin on it. So I'm very excited to see that. For those of you that have never seen one of my videos, I actually, if I've never seen it before, I go through and I watch this video in full. No pausing, anything like that. You're going to get my dumb face here in the bottom left of your screen, reacting to everything that I'm seeing in real time, essentially. And then I go back and I do a second listen through where we actually do the stopping and the pausing, and I do breakdown and analysis on the things that I think are pretty neat. I'm probably going to miss a ton because I do it in every single video, and every single time I get some really cool comments from a lot of my regular contributors in my comments on these videos that just give me new insights and new appreciation for these videos. So I'm looking forward to seeing what you guys say, especially because a lot of you are patrons, and right now I cannot be because of money and financial status. My luxury spending is not as high as I would like it to be, but we'll see. Anyways, let's get into this video. I've been going on for 6 minutes and I apologize for that. Let's dive right into this. This is Unshaken, a low bass singer cover by Geoff Castellucci, originally by D'Angelo, and premiered in the game Red Dead Redemption 2. Let me turn this up just a smidge.
The crash of the world, may I stand unshaken amidst the crash of the world. Here we go. Did I hear thunder? Did I hear you break? Can't quite remember just what guided me this way. May I stand unshaken amidst the crash of the world. The past, they often whisper you. They whisper when no tongue can tell. He who drinks from the deep water may know the depths of the well. Whoa. May I stand unshaken amidst the crash of the world. Crash of the world. Stand unshaken amidst the crash of the world. Oh, traveler, what have you seen? Were there crossroads? Where you been? Where you been? Where have you been? I once was standing tall. Oh, now I feel my back's against the wall. Stand unshaken. Stand unshaken. Amidst the crash of the world. Crash of the world. Stand unshaken. Stand unshaken. Amidst the crash of the world. When the morning light it comes to me, it was there, but I could not see, no. Am I to wander as a wayward son? Will the hunter be haunted by the smoking gun? May I stand unshaken amidst the crash of the world. May I unshaken amid the crash of the world.
Oh my fucking god.
Hey, y'all.
Holy shit. Ugh, damn. um, uh, wow. Without swearing, fuck it, I'm swearing a fucking bunch more. Holy shit. This arrangement. Geoff, sir, fucking godlike arrangement and performance here, sir. Godlike. Um, I don't think I've ever talked about my individual Geoff like favorite pieces. Misty Mountains is by far my favorite. It might finally have some competition. I'm a big fan of 16 tons. I really like weirdly I always enjoy Reigns of Castamere. Like it's I wouldn't put it in like my top 3, but it's always one that I keep coming back to. Um but yeah, it's always been Misty Mountains for me from Geoff, and then 16 tons. Um those are the two that I've always enjoyed quite a bit. I would go listen to them at really any time. And Icy Fire is now in that mix, of course, too. Those are probably my 3 favorites. Notice nothing from video game. I'm gonna have to figure out which one gets pushed out of the top 3. I don't think Misty Mountains gets knocked out of the top spot just yet by this. I think it might fit in at number 2, and then I have to decide if Icy Fire or 16 tons is number 3. And I think I'm probably gonna push out 16 tons and make it a very close 4. Like that's just my initial impressions and reactions to this, because god damn, this thing kills on so many levels. I hope if you're gonna stay for the analysis part, you've strapped in, because I think we might go 40 minutes, and Geoff's the only person that has made me go 40 minutes with Icy Fire. All right, we got to check credits here before we go deep in and dive in. Blah, 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 blah. Words. He broke me. All right, arranged, produced, filmed, performed, and edited by Geoff. I'm not surprised. That's usually the case with this. Ed Boyer was the mixing engineer. Kathy was the production manager. Rick Underwood did his makeup and facial hair. I think Rick has done things with like riders in the sky. Of course, Ellie did the lighting automation, which I know he's done and helps out Geoff with all the time. Special consultant Matthew Buckner. I don't know what that means, but shout outs Matt. And then filmed the Patty Cake, so Lane and company. Lane and who's his business partner in that? His name escapes me. Used to be a voice play member, right? Fuck it, I don't remember. Anyways, oh look, my own suggested list in my video. Anyways, sorry. Special outs to all of my patrons to make these videos possible. Yeah, 100%. If you guys support Geoff on that, like, you guys are the real heroes, and I wish I can join you, and maybe one day I will. But Jesus Christ. If you're here for the video just for the reaction part, that's it for you guys. Like, you can click off now, just or go watch my dumbass face again if it made you laugh. But dude, whoa. All right, we're gonna go diving in. It's about a 5-minute-ish song. It's gonna be quite a bit, and there's probably things I'm gonna not remember or I'm gonna miss. So, like, yeah, let's go diving into it. Yeah, pause 2 seconds in. So I actually love this opening shot because it's Geoff just staring you dead into your soul. Now, if you guys been lucky, you know that this eye, I don't have full control over it. It stays, out here most of the time. But I found myself for some reason, like when I'm watching this, if you notice, if you go back and watch the initial part, this eye was straight. I was staring Geoff straight back at him because I just felt compelled and forced to. And that's just a mark of his camera presence, and the fact that this is a very cool opening shot with the red, him blending in almost completely black out with just enough light to make out all of his features. And we get Cowboy Jeff back, which, we saw some Ghost Riders in the Sky methods. We're not getting the same Jeffs here. Maybe we are. It's been a little bit since I've seen Ghost Riders. I probably need to go see if he's using some of the similar styles as he did in those, minus like, the paleness and the white eyes. But like the dress and stuff like that, is it the same? If it is, maybe I caught an Easter egg. Tell me in the comments. But I love the way that this frames him. It's not like a close up. It's like a medium close shot of him. Like I said, just enough to make out the mustache, the beard, and his eyes. He's staring daggers through you at the start. It's a very cool opening shot. And now we're establishing our other Jeffs. And a very stereotypical Jeff beginning where somebody in the chorus is doing ums. This is very stereotypical of Jeff. If you've watched any of his arrangements, this either happens through the introduction of his other voices, his baritone and tenors that he usually bring in with him. But in this case, we're establishing the very beginning of the song with the only vocalist being the baritone bass, that line that we're getting here. The thunder, of course, adding in that ominous feel, which is what this whole song is really supposed to portray. It's a very ominous song. Can I be unshaken? Obviously, it's been a while since I've remembered RDR2 stories, but like, it's very much a moment of a crisis of confidence, and this song is meant to reflect that. So, very cool opening here. And now let's get into the actual singing. A little bit of expectation playing for me, actually. I expected him to come back up on that something like that, and then he just whatever he did there. My voice is trash right now. I'm not a great singer as I did anyways, but I'm even worse than normal because I spent all day today talking and my voice hurts. May I stand unshaken. So something very different that Geoff does here is that outside of his initial ums, which start, again, usually shared by background vocals, while there's a solo lead line. Here we're getting a 4-part harmony to start the actual lyrics of the song. A little bit of a different spin from Geoff, not something that I've seen from him in a while. So very, very cool. I like that he kind of plays with my expectations because I've kind of been conditioned to listen to Geoff. Like, you think about 16 Tons, you think about, think about my favorite, 16 Tons, I See Fire, Reigns of Castamere, this, obviously not this one, but Misty Mountains. Like, every single one of those start with like a bass solo line, and here we're getting a 4-part harmony to start actual like first lyrics. So very cool. Plays with my expectations. I like that. Amidst the crash of the world, may I stand unshaken. Amidst the crash of the world. Here we go. Yeah, that's prophetic. Here we go. Yeah, prophetic. Adding the hat in, again, visually signaling the here we go part. I really love how pulled back, smooth, and somber this whole thing is. And I stand unshaken. Like, very breathy, very somber, really establishing the tone of the song very, very well. And then, of course, we get the here we go. Like, come on, Geoff. Did I hear thunder? Did I hear your breath? And just a random slide into subs. Like, God, the vocal control. Just gross. Someone tell me the note. I know it's subs. Very clearly subs with the way that he does that. Of course, Geoff, probably the master of sub-harmonics at this point. But, yeah, just tell me the note. Or if someone knows, if there's a comment in Geoff's video with it, tell me who did it so I can go find it. Can't quite remember just what guided me this way. And then, of course, we get another low drop into theirs. And also kind of back into our expected Geoff mode where we get background ums with a lead vocal line. Now, this drop that he does, very breathy, so I think it's chest. If I'm thinking of my techniques correctly, I'm still learning. But very breathy but clean note. Again, adds a little bit of a different personality to a similar technique where he's here, and then drops. Similar techniques that he used at the end of both of these little phrases, but because he used different like vocal techniques, it makes it feel different. Even though he used the same musical technique, his vocal technique enhances it because he uses a different style of drop. First, it's like a very clean, powerful sub. Next, we get this very breathy, low chest note. Noit. Very cool.
May I stand unshaken
Like the shift to red.
amidst the crash of the world.
I can't tell if that was sub or chest. Chest? Tell me if I'm right. But I like that we get everything pulled back. All we get is the accompanying instruments, which is a typical Western guitar, some basic cymbal work with a drum, and then, of course, the whistling that all add to this. And you hear in that guitar that very, very much a telltale sign of Western, like old Western music. It was that twang, that reverb, that distortion almost, that is done in a very, very specific way that kind of encompassed an entire style of music. So very cool. And we're getting to see signs because another Geoff puts on a hat, which is a visual representation that another person is about to join this whole prospect. So I like the way that it pulls back, gets us a nice little thing, and then builds us into the next Geoff, preparing to join in on either harmony or his own solo line here.
The past, they often whisper. The past.
Did you hear what I hear on the paths? The path. Is that intentional or was that just normal? Like, I don't know. Tell me if I'm.
The past.
Also, I'm convinced that's chest now.
They
Yeah, on the paths, he drops down almost like into like a full step. Very interesting.
often whisper. Yeah. They whisper.
Same breathy drop.
When no tongue can tell.
That surprised me initially because A, I don't know the technique. So tell me, is he? I don't know if that's subs chest or if he's almost doing like a growl there, but it's unique sounding and stands out in such a cool way.
When no tongue can tell. He who drinks from the deep water may know the depths of the well. Whoa.
Love this climb here that he did, going into a baritone with a couple of tenor parts added in. Very, very cool. I love it, love it, love it, love it, love it, love it, love it. So I just really appreciate that. Nice variety, shows off the range and control that he has, and really nice harmonies with himself up here as well.
The deep water may know the depths of the well. Whoa.
I need to know, I think it was Geoff on the right visually that's supposed to be doing that highest note. If someone knows what that high note that he did, please let me know in the comments. I heard that slide, Geoff. Another clean sub. So many clean sub drops here. It's freaking amazing.
Stand unshaken. Amidst the crash of the world. Oh, traveler, what have you seen?
I love this transition. Okay, so first off, I'm going to go back real quick. So this Geoff right here, I cannot look at him and not think of Sam Elliott. Rest in peace, Sam Elliott. So that. But we get a nice little musical transition with our supporting instruments here as we go from just kind of guitar, some basic cymbal work, and like almost clapping to now like a full-on kick drum snare sound transitions into this part here.
Oh, traveler, what have you seen? the crossroads, where you been, where you been, where have you been?
And like, oh, I love the way that he did that, and the way his mouth moved there was just cool. But I really like the drum kicking into this. Like, it's four to the floor in terms of its bass snare combo. That do chop do chop, but it obviously slow tempo because the song is slow tempo, and your complexity is actually from your cymbal work. So very, very cool stuff here. Listen to the background drum part. Oh, we're getting the occasional do cha cha do cha, something like that. Very basic patterns in a lot of ways, but the cymbal work that's being done here is adding that complexity.
Crossroads, where you been, where you been, where have you been?
Oh, there is no cymbal work. Tambourine.
Against the wall. Stand unshaken.
We get a nice little short tenor solo, which is very cool. Really enjoyed that. And then we get this transition into this purplish pink lighting. It's really cool as we get into the chorus again. So really like the way that this transitions amongst each other here. We're going to go back about 20 seconds and really focus on the vocals because I've been focusing on the drums. The drummer focuses on the drums. I want to go back and listen to this vocal stuff and see if there's anything that I catch here.
Well, now I feel my back's against the wall. Stand unshaken. Stand unshaken. Whoa, me. Crash of the world.
Really like the so this whole chorus, you guys know, it's call and response. Love call and response. When it's used elegantly, it is so good. It is my favorite music technique. It is very easily overdone and can be done very poorly. But when it's done right, it just adds depth in a way that no other technique, in my opinion, can. And I love it. So this whole chorus here is 3 high voices doing a line. Geoff, 4 or 5 beats later, not even 4, it's like 2 or 3 because of the pace, the tempo. 2 or 3 beats later, responding by repeating back to them what they just said. It's a very basic use of call and response, but very, very effective here because of the harmonies that we're hearing, and it's maintaining a certain feel. Remember, this whole song is designed to feel somber because a major character moment in the game has just happened. The character's having a crisis of confidence, if I recall correctly. And so if any of you have ever gone through self-confidence issues, I still, to this damn day, dealt with some. You know that the way that you feel when you're going through, am I good enough? Can I do this? It makes you feel like somber. And so the fact that this song is taking on that tone is good. And the reason why this call and response works is because you're questioning yourself. You're having your own inner monologue. So you ask yourself, can I do this? And then another part of you says, yes, you can. Or no, you can't. Or I don't know. It hits very hard. For me, at least, it does. As someone that deals with those issues. And this is just where the beauty of beautiful arrangement and intelligent and thoughtful arranging comes into play. And from an arrangement standpoint, this is probably my favorite part. Now, vocally, there's a bunch of other things that he's doing in here that are really cool. But really thinking about this and listening to it again, this might be my favorite part of the arrangement. We'll see. We still have half the song to go. But one more time on this, and then we'll keep going.
Stand unshaken. Stand unshaken. Whoa, me. Crash of the world. Stand unshaken. Stand unshaken. Me. The crash of the world.
And we end it right here on harmony because you can't end on call and response. It's awkward. God, I love this section. So good.
When the morning light, it comes to me. It was there, but I could not see, no. Am I to wonder?
Very interesting follow-up section. So we go from this call and response that ends on resolution with Crash of the World, and then we get pulled back, and for a full measure, it's just Geoff. Literally no other sounds. Listen.
When the morning light,
We get a snake rattle and the remnants of a chime sound. That's the only other noise going on here.
it comes to me. It was there.
And we get a soft little heartbeat. Keep the momentum. Because Geoff hates being stagnant in his arrangements. So even if he's singing solo, no other noise going on. Excuse me. There's still that, in this case, a heartbeat. That very soft, muffled bass kick that keeps the feeling of momentum going forward. And then we're getting this. And then in the second verse, we maintain that momentum by having the ums come back in.
It comes to me. It was there, but I could not see, no.
God.
Am I to wonder?
And then we get back into a 4-part harmony after. God, Geoff, you're so good at this.
As a wayward son, will the hunter be haunted by the smoking gun?
This surprised the hell out of me because you expect bass to fill in the bottom half of this. But he doesn't do that. He plays with your expectations again by just having straight up high harmonies. And I need to know the highest note that got hit here because it sounds really good. Geoff clearly working on his range. And we get obviously the smoking gun to be a visual representation of the lyrics. Just really smart. But this section surprised me and shocked me because in a lot of Geoff's arrangements, even when you have high harmonies, eventually a bass comes in and fills it, whether it's a beat or two in or a full measure in. And here he doesn't do that. He refused. He intentionally did not do it because he wanted you to have that tension, because he knows you're waiting for it, because he knows his audience, which is another smart arrangement thing. He knows his audience. He knows what he normally does. He's very keenly aware of how he arranges generally. He knows he has a style, and he pulled back from it and teased you. God, I love it. And I appreciate that he did it because I love it.
Be haunted by the smoking gun. May I stand unshaken.
Same high harmonies, no bass except for the kick.
Amidst the crash of the world.
Does an entire transition phase with the only bass was the kick drum. That doo, 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 doo. Very smart. And then he transitions back into bringing you what it's supposed to be, a low bass singer cover. That's another clean ass sub. Now, I love this. Obviously, we're going to get into this because we know he did the hand thing. You know what happens. But I love this crash of the world that he does right here at the end before we drop this. I love this because it's almost like, I think it signals a key change, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know anything about note identification. I'm a drummer, guys. I know composition ideas in theory, but not like note and key changes. I'm really bad at those. Tell me if I'm wrong, but does this little switch right here at the end with crash of the world signal a key change? Am I wrong in thinking that? Tell me in the comments. Again, we get our call and response, and I love the baritone harmonies. We get two outside Geoffs, two middle Geoffs, all in sync. Love it. This is fun.
Stand unshaken amidst the crash of the world.
I need that belt note, please. Amazing. I don't think I can crash of the world. No, I can't even go for it right now because my voice is garbage.
Stand unshaken.
Also, did he do that? That didn't sound. Did he do that mix? I think there was a little bit of mix in there. If he did that high note in full chest, please tell me, because holy shit, that would be great for Geoff. Really impressive for Geoff, but I think that was mix.
Amid the crash of the world.
What I really love about the ending of this is that we get this very pulled back, stand unshaken, and then we get, even amongst the crash amongst, and then in just the world, he just powers out this low sub chest note, one of the two. It's borderline, like it's that good. Tell me in the comments. And it just projects this power, and then of course he adds in with Ed adds in the echo effect that goes into it that makes it feel even more powerful, like it's ringing off the walls, when in reality it's probably just a very powerful clean chest note that got amped a little bit. It's very cool. And I love this closing shot because it directly mimics our opening shot. So the opening shot was single Geoff, enough red lighting where you can barely make out the facial features. And here we get closing 4 Geoffs with just enough light to barely make out their features. Also, the Geoffs on the outside make me want to go get a vest outfit for work again to look nice in. Dude, God, this is so fucking good. Oh, so fucking good. I love this arrangement. Where's that damn like button? Give me this thing. How does this? Oh, 145. I'm gonna add like 1,000 views myself to this over the course of the next like week, probably. So I'm gonna listen to this a ton, and I'm gonna add this to my Geoff playlist. Dude, so fucking good. Oh, so fucking good. I am very excited to see some other reactors react to this now that I've seen this. I'm very, very curious. I'm very excited. Anyways, guys, that's the end of this video. Dude, if you can't tell, I love this thing. This is right up there with Misty Mountains for me in terms of my favorite Geoff covers. So, Geoff, if you see this or if someone tells you, like, man, this was excellent, and I am so grateful that you made it and produced it and put it out into the world for the rest of us to enjoy, because this has made me very happy. I am so fucking pumped right now. And I'm ready to go back and listen to this again, which I shouldn't be so pumped and excited about a song that is incredibly somber and talks about a crisis of confidence. But like, from a messaging standpoint, I felt it. And from a music standpoint, it's exciting because it is so cool. And it's weird to feel that kind of mixed emotion about a song, but I think that's what makes you excited to listen to it again and appreciate it and again and appreciate it. And I'm going to find new things every single time, I'm sure. And I'm going to practice this badly in my car for quite a while until I can figure out how to make all of this work for me. And when I sing it in my car, I sing only with my son around. So yeah, I'm definitely going to learn this one for sure and sing it poorly in my car. Anyways, guys, that's the end of this video. I hope you all enjoyed that. If you did, remember to like, share, subscribe, share this with your friends. If someone shares us in the Discord, I would be honored, because I'm not accessed anyways, because I'm not currently a patron. But I would be honored if someone did. But in the meantime, guys, I hope you all stay safe. I hope you're enjoying yourself. You're having fun listening to great music. Peace and love. Have a good day.